Norway won 2-1 in a vital game. You were there. And so you also saw up close that Martin Ødegaard suffered a rather serious ankle twist, which now proves itself to be a bit more serious than we Arsenal fans, I guess, would hope for.
Yeah, well, I saw it straight away, Marcus, because I've had in my career, I've twisted my ankle so many times. Started with one foot when I was 18. I was taping then the rest of my career. And when I was 27, I had to do my other ankle. I saw straight away there was something wrong. The thing is, with an ankle injury, it feels unbelievable painful straight away. And then you can see how long that pain takes. And when you saw with Martin was lying there, you know, wow, this is not good at all. And then he had needed to be helped off. You saw him next day on the crutches going back to England. So that this is serious stuff. Because an ankle injury, for those who doesn't know, if you twist your ankle, you can hope that in 2-3 days' time, and I guess that would be the dream for Arsenal fans, that will happen. But you feel that you don't trust your foot at all. You don't even want to stand on it. Then they send him back to London, them being the Norwegian national team, and I think that there will be an aftermath of this. Yes, Arsenal fans will say that they shouldn't play international games. Of course, the same as Manchester City don't want their players doing that. But I think there will be an aftermath. I think that Arsenal will react, that the national team's doctor speaks so openly about his injury, because and so does the Norwegian national coach. I think that Arsenal will say, listen, we pay his wages. He's our player. Don't you talk so much about what is happening. As we speak now, Marcus, is Wednesday night. There won't be any confirmation, I guess, before the press conference of Arteta on Friday. It is pre-match press conference ahead of the North London derby, or before the game, his press conference. But the Norwegians have been too open about it. I know international football, Marcus. I followed it very closely. I'm sure this will annoy Arsenal Football Club. I'm sure that it will annoy Manchester City when international doctors or national team doctors or coaches speaking about their player, how long they will be out. The national team doctor, the Norwegian, said he will be minimum out for 3 weeks. It's probably not a breach of his ankle, which would have made it minimum 6 weeks. But I'm sure this will be an aftermath about this, because he's an Arsenal player, and Arsenal want to protect their jewel, so to say. And I just wish Martin all the best. He is a good lad. He is a great player, and of course for Arsenal fans and for every football fans, when they send their player to international games. Could that happen in training for Arsenal? Yes. Could that happen in a game for Arsenal? Of course. But that is what you fear all the time. That's why historically some managers told their players not to play international games. But now you have to send them, and there could be different consequences if you don't do that. So I would just wish Martin Ødegaard all the best. And I just hope, like everybody else, I hope for a miracle that sometimes this ankle injury thing can turn out that but it doesn't look good for Martin and Arsenal.
And the timing couldn't be worse for Arsenal's purposes. It's Tottenham away at the weekend. Then you have Atalanta in the Champions League on the Tuesday before a trip to Manchester City on Sunday, September 22nd. The Norwegian doctor has been so open with everyone, has said that the national games in the second week of October might be a doubt as well, which would also mean that Bolton also is before, but even still, Bolton, Leicester, PSG, Southampton might all be games. And with games coming so thick and fast, and the amount of games that players have to go through, Arsenal will miss Martin Ødegaard, and he will be missing a significant amount of games. And like I said, 3 pretty significant games, and it's crazy that we are speaking of like this already in September, but in a league in which there is almost no room for error. These games, a North London derby away, Champions League, there'll be more games, but in Manchester City away, it's a tough one to swallow for all Arsenal fans.
Yeah, absolutely. But that again, Marcus, that's why I think that national federations should be aware of what's going on here, because that's what it's all about. This is about the Premier League title. There are no need. Well, anybody could get injured, Marcus, but now we are sitting here as well and speculating based on what a Norwegian national doctor has heard from a colleague in London. And when we know how much Arsenal mean, what Manchester City or Manchester United fans all around the globe feel about their club, and now we are starting, and then we're talking about if they will miss a national team, a new games in October, then the Arsenal fans will say, who gives a F? Because they say, we want him ready now. And so read the room. I think that national federations, I speak to football people all the time. I speak to clubs all the time. And this is one of the things that annoys them. But okay, it happened. Martin Ødegaard is out. Martin Ødegaard got a body that I think will heal quickly. That is my prayer for Martin. And an ankle injury, it could. You never know when you twist your ankle how long it is. And I think that is the hope. That is the fear of Arsenal Football Club at the moment. But I feel sorry for Martin. I feel sorry for Arsenal, because nobody wants one of the most vital players to be injured, and nobody wants to. And we stop now, Marcus, by where we started, the international break that club fans don't like anyway, and he comes back injured, and of course that is the worst news. And we also saw Ake been taken off for Holland. He can come back, but in no disrespect to Ake, they got some central defenders at Manchester City, but Arsenal only got one captain, and that is Martin Ødegaard. So we just pray and hope that he will have a miracle healing, that he could be ready sooner rather than later.